Did you procrastinate, forget, or simply think you could get through this test without doing the required reading? While I highly recommend you do your required reading, here is the last-minute guide to The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. First, historical context. Let me just say, I'm not a historical expert, so if any of this history is wrong, please correct me in the comments. Machiavelli is from Florence, Italy, and for a really long time, Florence was under the Medici rule. There were a lot of dukes and stuff. But then during the Renaissance, when all the Greco-Roman history is coming up, Florentines see that the Greeks and Romans were under a republic and were inspired by them. Revolution! The Medici are overthrown and they make the Republic of Florence. This lasts from 1492 to 1512. Machiavelli was a big supporter of the Republic of Florence. Also, he was a really big Renaissance scholar. Unfortunately, the Medici returned and overthrew the Republic. So the Medici had anyone who was responsible for the Republic tortured and exiled. Machiavelli was one of these people. The Prince was not meant to be published. It was actually a job application to the Duke of Florence. He wanted to go back to his home city so much. This is what Machiavelli writes in his introduction to the magnificent Lorenzo de' Medici. I have not found among my belongings anything I prize so much or value so highly as my knowledge of the actions of great men acquired through long experience of contemporary affairs and extended reading in antiquity. Machiavelli didn't have riches to give the prince, he had his knowledge. Machiavelli wanted to return to Florence and become the advisor for the prince. Or duke, I'm not really sure. Machiavelli states that the one true purpose of a prince is that the prince exists to protect the state and enhance the state. There are 4 broad principles that Machiavelli puts into the prince. Even if you don't know the answers to all the questions, knowing these principles will really help understand Machiavelli's mindset. 1. He loves the people. He wanted a republic after all. Machiavelli states that the power is in the people. Should we disarm the people of their weapons? No, if you disarm them, that says you don't trust them. What is the source of power for a prince? Is it in his wealth? No. It is in the people. 2. Machiavelli does not like nobility and people who gain their princehood through riches or luck. The nobility have the threat of overpowering the prince, and people who gain kingdoms through riches or luck are not likely to maintain their kingdom. When simple good luck raises private citizens to the rank of prince, they have little trouble in rising, but plenty in holding on to their positions. 3. The prince must be a personal prince. Side note though, Machiavelli says that the prince should not be hated or loved. He says that the prince should be feared because love can go away and hatred will want them to overthrow the prince even more. But in the other aspects, the prince should be very close to his people. He should live in his kingdom. He should lead his armies into battle. The prince needs to be there to take care of the people and the problems that happen. And 4. It's safe to say that Machiavelli goes against Christian values a lot. When it comes to specific situations, like cruelty, dishonesty, and war, dishonesty is good for a kingdom. When used right, cruelty is good for the kingdom. A prince should not be neutral in war just to keep the peace. This was very radical of its time. Most of Machiavelli's contemporaries were writing about Christian leadership. And though Machiavelli does do some Christian examples in The Prince, his writing is not very Christian. But after a while, people saw the strengths in his methods. He went back to Florence, and though he wasn't the main advisor, he did get an advising role. So overall, some of the key themes of The Prince. How should a prince rule? Directly and hands-on. What is the source of power for a prince? The people. What about the prince and nobility? If the nobility put the prince into his power, they will think they're equal to him, and therefore think they can compete with him. There is so much information in this book that I couldn't possibly cover in one video. I will say that it is an easier read than suspected. For me, it's only 72 pages, and even though the examples get kind of boring sometimes, it's good to look at them to see how Machiavelli applied it to the past and his present. Thank you for watching this last-minute guide. I hope it helped you. I hope you aced that test, and hope that you have a great day.